you have to behave like a wholesaler, because in some cases they refuse to sell you the materials. So you have to know that tip. You have to behave like you're also going to resell, like you already have or own a hardware. Hello everyone, you are welcome to Yvonne Winifred UG. In the past 2-3 years, I got to witness, I got to manage and supervise my mom's home or house till it was finished from scratch, like from ground level, from buying land to when it was finished. And I got to learn some really, really profound lessons that I want to share to or with everybody out there, so that you can learn a thing or two, especially if you are young and you want to start building your houses, or if you want to start your real estate journey. This is going to be really helpful to you. And the first thing that I want you to know is you have to do research. Don't just believe or trust everybody or anybody, no matter who they are, no matter who they are to you. Please carry out your own research and also prove whatever thing that people are telling you with that research. Ask as many people as you can, like ask everybody if you can, so that you don't waste your money, your hard-earned cash. So carry out research. That is the first thing that I can tell you. Before you buy land, before you start building a house, on every step that you reach, carry out research. Don't just say yes, let's do that, yes, let's go on. Please ask the people that have built houses before. Ask builders, ask people that sell like building materials, ask people that sell land, like ask the leaders in the society. Ask each and everybody, so that you don't make mistakes. Some other thing that is also really helpful is to work with experienced people. But still, with that, you don't have to just trust everybody. After you do your research, work with somebody who has some experience, who has worked in the field for a certain period of years, especially when it comes to building or constructing your houses or your homes. Work with people that are really experienced, and also ask questions. Don't just go with everything that they tell you. Ask questions. Make sure that you get to understand everything that they are telling you. Don't just do what they ask you to do. Don't just do what they tell you to do. Please ask questions and understand. Make sure you've understood. Make sure you know the repercussions of everything that you're going to do on your land, or even as you're constructing your houses. Then also, when it comes to buying land, you have to be very keen. Many people have lost their hard-earned monies when it comes to buying land in Uganda. You might buy some land that is already sold. You might buy land that is not supposed to be sold. Like, you really have to be keen. And also, when you're paying your money, what I found helpful, or what we used in our case, was we worked with a lawyer, a trusted lawyer. We didn't work with the chairman, we only worked with the lawyer. Sometimes you have to work with both. In some cases, you just have to work with only the chairman. Like you just have to know how that is worked out in the area you're in, or where you want to invest your money. And also, you have to consider, like things differ when it comes to buying land in the village, or buying land in the cities. Land is really expensive in towns and cities, or places that are near the main cities. And when you're buying in the villages, it is mostly affordable, a bit cheaper. So you have to consider that, depending on what you want to do. Do you want to build a home? Do you want to build rentals? If you want to build rentals, I suggest that build in towns, or construct these houses in towns, because in towns and cities, or like suburbs, rent is a little bit expensive, so it is to your gain. But if you construct rentals in the villages, that might be on a slow pace. Like, you have to consider what you really want your building for. You have to consider your plan for building, or your plan for construction. Also, when you're working out a payment plan with a person that is selling to you, by the way, you also have to have a payment plan. You have to know whether they can accept installments or whether they want the full payment at once. You also have to record videos or take pictures, have something or have some receipts when you're paying this money. It is best to, transact with banks, or you just, deposit your payment to their account in the bank, because there you're going to receive a receipt, like a genuine receipt that you've, paid so and so a certain amount of money. So be keen, don't just give people money anyhowly and think that they will be trustworthy. Don't just pay money anyhowly. Have some witnesses when you're paying, especially if it is your first time. Have witnesses, let them sign. When you're buying, you have also to know, are you buying with an agreement, or they are going to issue a land title? And also, when they issue or when they give you like a land title, you have to make transfers into your name. There's that process also. So when before you buy land, you have to ask all these questions. You have to get the correct information or the correct answers to these questions. Don't just buy land, don't just pay your money, don't just trust anybody. You really have to carry out research, as I said in the beginning. Then, when it comes to building, you have to consider your plan and know who to use when you're constructing that house or your houses. Do you want to work with an individual? Do you want to work with a company, like a construction company? Or you just want to work with, local builders or local constructors, or an individual? So you really have to know that. You have to mind where you get your materials from. What is best to me is that get a hardware and work with that hardware owner, or come up with a payment plan with the hardware shop owner, or, like, you know what I mean. Have a payment plan so that in cases where you don't have money, they can still trust you and give you materials to use and then pay them later. And also be trustworthy. When these guys, give you materials, please pay them, because they can also be very helpful. My hardware guy was really helpful. He advised me a lot and he helped me avoid a lot of mistakes. So, mind the people you're working with, create a nice work environment, or friendship, so that they can also help you. I was just starting, it was my first time. I didn't know much what to do, but my friends, like the my friends who are constructors or builders, and also the hardware guy, really really helped me. So create a friendship with them, form a good relationship with them so that they can help you. Also, some other things that you have to consider is the quality of materials that you're going to be using. No matter what, consider the best quality, no matter how expensive they can be, because, guys, you're going to avoid unnecessary costs in the future or during the process of building, or even after you've built your houses or your house. So, get the best materials no matter what. And also, you have to do the research on that, because there is a lot of fake materials on the market where you will be deceived, or you will want to, cut costs, yet you are creating disaster. So go for the quality, not quantity. Go for the best quality. Then you have to consider the transportation of the materials and also where you buy materials. For example, when it came to the tiling and buying tiles and mirrors or glasses, we decided to go to the wholesalers in the industrial area. If you know Kampala industrial area, that is where we went to buy in bulk, because we really needed bulk. So we decided, and with the advice of our builder, we went to industrial area. And also, when you reach there, you have to behave like a wholesaler, because in some cases they refuse to sell you the materials. So you have to know that tip. You have to behave like you're also going to resell, like you already have or own a hardware. Also, when it came to the mirrors, we went to industrial area and we got our mirrors from there. And there are a lot of things that side. If you want to buy in bulk, or if you're building a big house, a large home, you really need to get the materials at wholesale prices. Look for where you can get them at wholesale prices or at lower, costs, to to cut the costs, because it really takes a lot of money to construct a house in Uganda, or even everywhere all over the world. It really costs a lot to construct a house. Where you store your materials is also very key, so you have to mind that. You have to have great security for your materials and your building equipment. Then the other thing is water. Make sure that you connect your water prior to building, because water is really, really essential. It is so essential. So mind that. Then the other thing is that work out a payment plan with your service providers, the builders. Work out a great payment plan that will really work in your means or aid your means. Like, have that in plan as early as possible. Then also you have to consider your own finances or funds or resources for building or for constructing the house or the houses that you're building. Like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes there are costs that you didn't plan for, that get into your plan without you knowing, or even sometimes, or in some cases, your builder, especially if you're using a private builder, not a company, somebody will not tell you everything. But when they start, the job, when they are on the job, that's when they will start telling you that this is needful, this is needful. So if you have a plan of maybe like 1 million shillings, like, make sure you have double of that or you have triple of that, because you don't know, like, you never know when other costs will be like added into your plan. The builders won't tell you everything, so you have to plan for miscellaneous. Just plan for that. Other things might come up that you didn't plan for. You have to have some funds or some money to incur such costs. And also, guys, mind your neighbors or mind your neighborhood. Don't create grudges. Don't start unnecessary fights with your neighbors, because they are really going to help you in cases of electricity, in cases of connecting water. You really need help from the neighborhood that you're building in. So mind your relationship with the neighbors. And then also, you have to mind the government taxes. In some areas, you have to pay a certain fee so that they approve your plan. Like, before you start building, the local council has to approve your plan, or the municipal council. Like, it depends on the area you're building in, so you have to mind that there are always some fees that you pay maybe to the government, though you can dodge that, or you can, work out another plan. You know what I mean? Like, you can dodge such fees. But in most cases, when you've started building, somebody will come, or like an engineer from the district or from the local government will come to ask whether your plan was approved. So you have to just ask the people around your area, so that you know what to do or how that is carried out in your area, because it differs depending on areas. That's what I got to know. Lastly but not least, you have to mind the naysayers, guys. People will talk, or people's words will be many, people's advices will be. Sorry guys about that cut. My storage got full as I was filming, but what I really wanted to say was that people's words and advices will be so many, but just pick what really works for you. Build your house according to your means, in your own period of time, and also according to your taste. Don't follow other people's advices that really are not going to work for you. Otherwise, that is all that I really wanted to say. If you have any more additions, please go on in the comment section. Let us learn together. This was just a few lessons that I learned, because it really takes a lot to construct a house. With all that, I think I'll be seeing you in any of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching till the end.
Hope to see you soon. Please go on in the comment section and share with us. Share with us your own experience also. See you. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video also.